Hi, this is Kimberlily Yarns. My name is Ellie. I'm a knitter based in Australia where I live with my partner and our three cats, Percy, Fletchy and Arthur, who sometimes make appearances in my videos. And I keep saying Percy's going to make an appearance and he doesn't, so he's here. Whether you see him, I don't know. I share podcast episodes every few weeks and sometimes some other things. You can find me on Ravelry and Instagram as Kimberlily Yarns. And I also have a book channel and blog. So if you also enjoy reading, you can find me there at Earl Grey Books, and everything will be mentioned below. So today we're here for episode 6 of my podcast. I don't remember when I did one last month at some point, I think. Was it March? Was it February? I don't know. It was a while ago. I don't have that much to tell you about. I very much got sucked into sock knitting this month. And now here's the garbage truck. So we'll pause that thought and we'll come back in a minute. I think we're good. Okay, so yeah, I very much got sucked into sock knitting. I was planning a whole month-long vlog where I talked about I tried to see how many socks I could make in a month. I got to the 3-week mark and realized that I was missing a bunch of stuff and nothing that I had was salvageable. So that entire video just went down the drain, but I did get a completed object out of it. So I have these socks. These are going to be a Christmas/birthday gift for my auntie. This is called the Thunderstruck sock. I have all the info on my laptop over here so that I can remember what these patterns are called. And this is by Raquel Gaskell. This is, it's a pretty simple sock pattern. There is, you can't really see it, but there is a bit of detailing kind of here. This is probably not the kind of, self-strapping was probably not the yarn to use with this pattern, but I kind of like it, gives it a little bit of texture, even if you can't really see it. And I'm not upset with how it looks. So this is Dizzie Devil Yarn in their 8-ply sock, and this is called Tickled Pink. And as I said, it is self-striping. I'm really happy with these. They're so cute. I have blocked them. They're still just a tiny little bit damp because I only did that yesterday. So I am going to put them back to dry once I'm done with this video, and I'm happy. The one thing is that I did accidentally make the second one shorter. There was an issue where I got my counting mixed up between 2 pairs of socks. The foot is the same length and everything, but it's just maybe a row or 2 short on the leg. But it's fine. I feel like it won't be noticeable at all when it's on. And if it is, it's fine. Okay, so as I said, was definitely on the sock knitting train. And I did pretty well outside of that, in the 3 weeks that I did, consistently work on these things. I did get a few done. In fact, I got 3 extra socks done. Now, I didn't get another pair at all, but I did get 3 singles. So here, this one here is going to be a sock for my best friend Angel. This is in Fiori hand-dyed 4-ply in the colour Snowgum. And this pattern is Weekend Shorty Socks by Summer Lee Designs. So I finished that one, and then I also have made pretty good progress with the second one. I'm onto the foot, and then let's do this one next. This is the same pattern, but in Lang Yarn's Twin Socks. I think the colour has something to do with Parrot. It'll be mentioned below. This is for my partner. I had done most of the sock already, and then it was my first ever attempt at a sock and it wasn't very good. So I pulled it back, and then as I was starting, my partner saw me making this one and was like, oh, I quite like that. Can you make my sock like that? So that's what I did. And this is all I have of the second sock so far. We'll get more into this in a second. And then this one here is one for myself. I'd also made this. I'd actually finished the entire sock and started on the second, but I'd done something really weird with the toe and I wasn't happy with it. So I fixed it, and that's how it looks now. This is Rainbows and Sprinkles 8-ply. I think it's called Luscious Sock. Actually, no, I think it's Luscious DK. Anyway, this is in the color Kansas. Now that for this pattern, I kind of used two. So I used the, what's the name? The DK Vanilla Socks. DK Weight Vanilla Socks by Crazy Sock Lady as the, you know, the amount of stitches to cast on and the heel and all of that. And then for this pattern, which goes down the front of the foot and on the sides, I used Decathlon, the Decathlon socks by Sue. I didn't get this one up. Sue. Oh, there you go. There's a cat. The Decathlon Garter Rib Socks by Sue Grandfield. So that is the pattern that I used. These are so nice and soft and I love them. I haven't started the second sock for this yet, but the reason for that is that after doing 3 weeks of basically doing nothing but sock knitting, I decided I wanted a bit of a break. So I am planning on doing a little bit on this over the next few days. I have been enjoying using the socks as commute knitting because I have this tiny little face mask bag, and you know, the ball and the project fits in there. I can put my stoppers in there while I'm knitting, and it's all good, and it has a drawstring so nothing can get out, and I've really been enjoying having that to do while I, you know, listen to my tailor in the morning and do this. I'm very happy. So I will hopefully finish this one off in the next few days, and then I'll probably just work on my partner's, which is the rainbow one. That's probably my next sock finishing project. I have a bunch more that I want to cast on, but I need these 2 needles specifically to do those, and I don't need the needle that I'm using for this one. So this one will be a little bit of a slower project, but obviously I do want to finish it because one sock doesn't do anything for me. So I think that I will try and do this one. Like, this is probably a single day sock project because it's DK, it moves super fast. I don't have a super huge foot, so I don't need it to be that long, and yeah, it's nice and quick. So we will see how we go with the rest of the socks. Okay, and then, okay, let's talk about one that I cast on a while ago that I've been working on a little bit. This is the Dudester scarf by HipKnitzer. This is, yeah, just a really cool pattern scarf. I feel like you can finally start to see the pattern a little bit on camera, maybe. It looks really cool in real life. There you go, kind of. You can see there's kind of a pattern there. This is Malabrigo Rios in Nimbusgrey. And I honestly hadn't been working on this one for ages. This was going to be a Christmas gift to my dad. And then he told me that he wouldn't wear anything that I made. So my partner very kindly was like, I'll take it. Because I'd already been planning to make him a scarf with this yarn, but I was just waiting to finish this one and find a pattern, and a different color. So I hadn't bought anything yet. So the fact that this one can just go to him is so much easier, and it's such nice yarn. I think he'll really enjoy it once it is done. And now that it is starting to cool down here, it's actually been kind of cold the last few days, which is great. I want to kind of do this a little bit more often than what I have been, because there's no point using this as a knitting project for the rest of autumn and into winter if he can't wear it. So should be doing that one. And then I've also casted on 2 more things. So first one here, which looks like absolutely nothing right now, but will be it will be a hot water bottle cover, even though I'm knitting it on circulars. It is just straight knitting and then seamed at the end. But my 4mm straight needles were being used for something already, so I thought I would just use these circulars and it's fine. So this is the scraps of the sock for my auntie. I don't know how much this is going to give me, so my plan is to also use any leftovers I have of this. I know I have a little bit of one ball because they were separated into 2. And we'll see how far we get with this color, and then all of that good stuff. I am following a pattern, kind of, but I noticed that my hot water bottle is a little bit wider than the pattern calls for, so I've been doing a few extra increases, and we're about to go into the stockinette in maybe 3 or 4 rows, which is exciting, and that's been really fun to knit lately. Okay, last one. This is my favorite thing right now. I started the other day with this, which looks like absolutely nothing right now, but this will be, let me bring up the name. This is the Copenhagen Building Blocks by Jake Henzler. This is, yeah, they are buildings from Copenhagen, like they're based on buildings in Copenhagen. And I'm sure many of you kind of know the like colorful ones, and that's what this is. And then eventually there's a bunch of different styles. And then eventually they can be made into a blanket or something, which is what I think I'm going to go for, but I don't know how long this is going to take me. I've done all of this in like 2 days though, so pretty happy with where it's sitting right now, but it will be a long-term project. I'm using some new yarn that I got. These are just some scrappy bits of it. This is the Caron cotton cakes. I will have a haul up later next week, I think it is, in a couple of days. I'm not really sure. depending on how much time I have to film and edit, it might be in a few days, it might be later next week, we'll see. But yes, these are both from that. They've just been like cut and separated, which has been really helpful. Honestly, with working with this project. I bought them like this, so it is nice that I didn't have to do that myself, and it's made everything a lot easier. This is my first time doing any henna collar work at all. I'm not entirely convinced I'm doing the floats right, but since it is a blanket, I don't think it really matters. And also I think my plan is once I sew them together that I will put a backing on it, just because I have cats and they're gonna get stuck in it. I think it would just be nicer if there is some kind of padding behind it, and I think that'll make it extra warm. And yes, so those are all of the things that have been happening. I've done like tiny bits of knitting on other projects, but not a whole lot. As I said, it was really like full steam ahead on the sock train. It was full steam ahead on the sock train, not just a random train. That's everything. I have a couple of exciting videos coming out over the next month or so. There will hopefully be a little bit more content than there has been recently, as long as I can kind of keep up with my knitting. We'll see how it goes, but I will see you all next time with that haul. Bye.